PJ's World.
Here we go. Alright, peeps in the streets, it's PJ here with another video, and thank you for joining us for another Thinking Thursdays. This Thursday we're going to be talking about a topic that is in the news, because that's what we do. You know what I mean? We talk about relevant topics, and we talk about them in a meaningful way. Alright, let's get into it. Today's topic that we're going to be discussing is about the Jussie Smollett case. Now, I do have to say that I have no insight. I have no knowledge. I have nothing more than what's been in the news, just like you. So we are the same in that regard. But now I want to talk about secrets. I want to talk about lies. I want to talk about money. I want to talk about apple pie. I just said that because it rhymed, but that doesn't even matter. So, if you don't know, Jussie Smollett, except for the federal charges, these are all for the local and state charges. All the charges have been dropped against him. They're giving him, they're going to forfeit his bond, which was $10,000. And he did some secret community service. That's what he did. Secret community service. Now, all the documents are sealed, so we can't see them. But it's secret, and it's there. Hey, you see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? All right. But the federal charges, where they allege that he wrote the note and sent it to himself, that is federal because he used the United States Postal Service to do that. So federal charges can't just be thrown away like that. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe that'll be thrown away as well, but I don't know. But right now, they're saying he is, basically not innocent. They're dropping the charges, and they're saying basically they're going to use that he did some community service, which they're keeping secret, and the $10,000 bond that they get to keep. He doesn't get it back. And he agreed to this, obviously, because he doesn't want to go to prison. I mean, yeah, wouldn't you? So they had some kind of closed door meetings, and the facts are sealed so you can't see them. I mean, unless you have an X-Acto knife and you can just cut it open and then watch. Okay, it's not how it works. But it's sealed. So let's talk about the secrets. How did he get off? How did he get out of this? How? Because racism and hate crimes are a truth that are in this world. They are there, right? They happen. I'm not going to say on a daily basis, but they happen. Actually, yes, you can say on a daily basis somewhere in the world that they happen, right? So it's an actual issue that we need to be aware of. And so basically what they're, it's all allegedly. I mean, although they have the text messages and they read them out in court and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't even know what his defense is to that. But they have his text messages, and they read out in court with the brothers and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to, inquiring minds want to know what happened. I know a lot of defense are saying, he's in Hollywood and, he's trying to get a, the sympathy thing. And I mean, it's basically what you see in a movie, right? Or a TV show, something dramatic like that, where somebody would fake it, right? And in a TV show and a movie, it'll be bad for the people, but not really, because it's fake, right? And a lot of times they have a way to get out of it, and they'll gloss over it. Yes, I did some wrong things in my life. People like to say that, right? But it's like I was trying to think of the words like analogize, analogize, analogize. I don't know. An analogy I would like to use is when people cheat on their significant other, right? And they're like, well, I did some things in the relationship. I know I did some dirt, but that doesn't mean you can do so and so. You know, they like to kind of gloss over the bad parts, gloss over. It's like, oh, I know I did some things, but you can't do, so and so. But what you have to understand is what the actions that you take, the things that you do are actual specific things, and they specifically harm people in a meaningful way. So when this whole thing is happening, all right, let's say that it did happen in the way that he said it. Somebody sent him some hate stuff, and then he got beat up, but not really. Let's say, and you got bleach poured on him. Let's say this happened to him. This is a traumatic event that will affect him for the rest of his life. And not only him, but other people who feel like they were above it all because, or that there's hope to be above it all because somebody is famous like that, right? But if somebody like him can get victimized in that kind of way, then it can happen to them as well. Like, it puts it front and center in people's minds because somebody famous like that. Although I must confess that I had no idea who this guy was before this incident. And maybe that played a part in it as well. People not knowing, he needs you to know who he is. So, before all this, if this happened to him, then it affects people in a negative way because it puts it front and center. It puts it out there, out in the ethos, out in the atmosphere. It puts it out there. The fact that this still happens. Not really sure what the bleach was supposed to mean. And this is wintertime in Chicago, man. Why he didn't get pneumonia or something, man? Somebody pouring liquid on him? Anyway. So you have such a public act that happened, right? And he put it out there in the public, went on TV doing, all this kind of stuff. Now, after he gets charged with him fabricating all of this, right? He's charged with it himself. Now, the proceedings where he says he's exonerated are private. They're secret. Do you see what I'm saying? They're secret. Dog, if you wanted this to be in the public eye at the beginning, then it needs to be in the public eye at the end. Right? The proceedings don't need to be secret. They need to be unsecret. You see what I'm saying? They need to be out in the public eye just like you were before. Why do you want this kept secret? Why do you want this sealed? What's in there? What happened? And what community service? What community service have you done? What did you do? No one knows. It's that secret too. Why would there's got to be somebody that you did this community service for that knows about it, right? If you did a service for the actual community, and what community did you do the service for? I don't know. All these secrets and I don't know what they're trying to hide here. And you always have to keep in mind that a lot of times when big things like this happen, they're just covering up something else that's happening somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? It's like a smoke and mirrors, kind of like the Colosseum. Whenever there was unrest, I'm talking about the Roman Colosseum, whenever there's unrest and people were getting uneasy, they would just have some gladiators run around and kill each other, and the people would forget all about it and be happy and satisfied. Whenever there's big events like this happening, you always have to look around and see what's going on and see what's being slid in through the darkness. Not saying there's anything here. Everything could be on the up and up. I don't know. But, you know, optics, man, how it looks and how it looks for me, how it looks, you know, you just got to think about these things. That's why we call this Thinking Thursdays, because it's the day when you think about these things. Now, in order for society to get better, we have to have some sort of discourse. But I always feel like the discourse should be a civil discourse. And what I mean by that is that, yeah, we can talk about it, but let's talk about it in a civilized manner so that we can make progress with it. But when you're doing this, you should come to the table with openness, an open mind, open to change, because you don't know everything. I do, but you don't know everything. So come to the table with an open mind, understanding that your mind can be changed. So I feel like in this case itself, my mind could be changed. You know what I mean? My mind could be changed. I don't know, but the facts are being held from us, right? So that we don't know. And usually they seal a case like this. Well, I'm not going to say usually because I'm not in Chicago and I'm not part of the legal infrastructure there. But from what I understand, they seal them so that it protects both sides of the case, both parties involved. So I would only have to surmise that maybe there was some kind of wrongdoing on the part of the justice system, and then also wrongdoing on the side of Mr. Smollett, because if either side was completely clean, they would just send it, run it, man, send it. But it's looking like there was something on both sides, and maybe there's a loophole type of thing. But I feel like if Mr. Jussie is Mr. Jussie is so innocent as he claims, then put it out there in the open, man. Put it out there. Let's see. You did everything else was out in the open, but now all of a sudden you want to keep it behind closed doors, keep it locked up where people can't see it. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So to me, it looks a little fishy. I mean, because all of a sudden, 16 counts, man, dropping 16 counts. It's a lot of counts. But the federal case is still open. It's still open under investigation because you use the U.S. Postal Service, and the Postal Service is under federal jurisdiction, so that case is still active. But all the local charges have been dropped as of now. So, not sure what's going on, but we need to keep our eyes open and stay hip to this. That's why we think. We think and we talk and we discuss. So, you know, leave a comment below or not. You know, if it's one viewer, two viewers, who knows how many viewers this is going to get. But these are my thoughts. This is PJ. This is Thinking Thursdays. I'm out.
Like the video.
Comment. I subscribe to the channel, so you should too.
If you want good food, subscribe. You heard them people. Like, comment, subscribe.